And we are joined now by Mary Moore, who has served on the board of the Atlanta Community Food Bank for nearly 18 years. Through cooking classes, she's given back millions of dollars. Mary is founder and CEO of the Cook's Warehouse. It sells cookware, cutlery, everything that chef in you needs. So welcome.
Thank
And
you.
today you are here to make pisto manchego. Is that how you say
Manchego,
it?
yes.
Manchego.
Yes, it's similar to ratatouille. So if you know the Italian dish ratatouille, it's really just great fresh vegetables all mixed together. It's very easy to make. We were talking a little bit earlier about, having the time and having the courage to cook. So this is a dish you can do.
Okay, so
All
what do
right.
we got here?
So we've got a little bit of olive oil in our pot here, and I'm going to add to it some fresh red and yellow and green peppers and diced onions. In a minute I'll show you how to chop those up, but we just want to get them going for now. We're also going to add salt and pepper to this dish. So it's really important to season as you're cooking.
Okay.
If you don't
Not at the end.
Right. So if you try to salt something at the end, it's going to taste really salty.
Okay.
But if you season while you're cooking, it's going to bring out all the natural flavors and really enhance the flavor of what you're doing. So salt and pepper.
That's so colorful and so pretty.
It's a great dish, and it's great for a side or an appetizer, or it can be an entree too. And one of the traditional ways to have it in Spain in the Basque region is to take, so this is the finished dish, you can serve it with grilled bread or toasted bread, but they'll put a fried egg on top.
Okay.
And that makes a delicious meal, just with the fried egg.
So how long are we sauteing?
So we're sauteing these. We want to saute, and we're adding, really you can add everything at once if you want, and if you're in a hurry, this is zucchini. And then we also have our eggplant. So a trick with eggplant, dice it up and then salt it generously.
Okay.
And then all of the liquid, the brown juices will start to come out. Eggplant can tend to be a little bitter, just the larger sized eggplant. And so that takes the bitter juices out, and then you can just put it right into your pan as well. So we'll wind up cooking all of this, sauteing it until the vegetables start to become tender. And that takes about 10 minutes.
Okay, not long at
15 minutes, not that long. And then after the vegetables are tender, we want to add to it some diced tomatoes. And we're adding fresh garlic, some oregano, and some cumin.
Wow.
And really bring out all that great flavor.
Now, are those just diced tomatoes? Because those look like there's something in
Those
them.
are those
look good.
Those are canned, fire roasted, canned diced tomatoes. So here's the deal with tomatoes. When it's July and they're beautiful and succulent and delicious, you want to use fresh. So it's about 2 pounds of fresh tomatoes. But when we're going into the winter time and they're not as fresh anymore, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with a really nice quality canned tomato.
Go. I like to hear that.
Depends
People like
on what
me
time
like
of year it is.
That's right.
Right. So that's what you do. So the real trick to this recipe is chopping everything up. So one of the things we do at the Cook's Warehouse, we have a Knife Skills 101 class. It's been the #1 class for almost 24 years.
Wow.
And it will cut your prep time in half. So if you can...
By learning to cut.
By learning to cut correctly.
Interesting.
You save a lot of money on Band-Aids. And you can chop things up faster, right? So let's do an onion really quickly. So I call this the furry end, if you remember it that way, right? You want to cut the stem end of your onion off and then cut it in half. And notice how I'm putting my hand up here on my knife, right? And then it's easy to peel after you've cut it in half.
Oh, yeah.
So
that
we'll
is
just
a nice
peel it.
knife.
This, yes. So having the right tools makes all the difference in the kitchen.
Which you can get at the warehouse.
Yes, at Cook's Warehouse. That is our whole goal, is to sell tools that work and teach people how to cook.
That's right.
So you do more at home. And we do these Simple Abundance cooking classes to benefit the Atlanta Community Food Bank. So it's part of our regularly scheduled classes, but you actually sign up at acfb.org.
Wow, okay.
So sign up with the food bank.
And it benefits them.
And we donate the space and the staff and the place, and the chefs donate their time. And we have done hundreds of these classes since 2000.
Wow.
And so that's a great way to have some fun and donate.
Okay.
So then you just take your knife and cut almost to the back of the onion, but not all the way through. It's almost like you're cutting a little fan right around the back of the onion. And then you just come right across the front for your dice.
It's very close to your finger.
So, okay, so the sharpest knife in your drawer is the safest, counterintuitive, but you don't use a lot of pressure with a really sharp knife.
Okay.
And then this hand, actually, if this hand is touching the blade, you know where your knife is.
Okay.
So I can be chopping and talking to you, watching you on the news and talking to friends.
Right.
And you're not going to cut yourself, unless you roll your fingers open, right? Because then your knife only comes up a little bit.
Okay.
But if you pull your knife all the way up here, you're not going to do that.
Yep. And we'll have some more tips on our website. Let's get to the finished product because we're running out of time. Tell us about this real quick.
So everything has cooked down, melted down. We put the spices in and the tomatoes in, and then it is finished.
Wow.
That's all there is to it.
Amazing.
So it's a quick, easy one-pot meal, and delicious as a side, as an appetizer, or an entree.
Thank you so much. For a copy of this recipe, head to our sister station's website, www.cbs46.com. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back next Sunday morning at 11:30 for another edition of Public Affairs on Peach. Have a great week.